Did coach tell you to work on your ball handling? Well, the secret is out. Get the ball hog gloves. These weighted gloves take away the grip of the ball, forcing your hands to work overtime.
It's the ball hog gloves. You know what time it is. Like, you see that, it's Karan Godwin with the ball hog gloves. Like, if you don't know that dude.
Jimmy Butler delivered one of the clearest breakthrough performances of his early career on December 18, 2014, carrying the Chicago Bulls to a 103-97 win over the New York Knicks at the United Center. With Derrick Rose out because of illness and Taj Gibson still unavailable, Chicago needed someone to take on more offensive responsibility, and Butler answered with a career-high 35 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals and 1 block in 45 minutes. He made 11 of 21 field goals, 4 of 7 threes and 9 of 10 free throws, turning what could have been a flat, short-handed night into another proof that his 2014-15 leap was real. The most important part was how complete the performance looked. This was not just a defensive specialist having a hot night. Butler scored from different areas, got to the line, hit threes, created for teammates and still defended with the same pressure that had already made him so valuable to Tom Thibodeau. The Bulls were missing their former MVP point guard, so the offense needed more than simple spot-up shooting from him. Butler had to attack, make decisions and carry possessions, and he did it without losing the defensive edge that defined his role. The game itself was more difficult than it should have been. New York came in at 5-22, played without Carmelo Anthony because of his left knee, and still stayed close for most of the night. Tim Hardaway Jr. scored 23 points, Amare Stoudemire added 16, and Cole Aldrich gave the Knicks 13 points and 10 rebounds. The Bulls had more talent and more structure, but they could not simply walk through the game. That made Butler's night even more important, because every time Chicago needed control, he was the player most capable of creating it. His scoring efficiency changed the game. Butler did not need 30 shots to reach 35 points. He attacked with purpose, got himself to the free throw line, and punished New York when defenders gave him space. The 4 made threes were especially important, because his outside shot was still part of the story of his improvement. Earlier in his career, teams could treat him mainly as a cutter, defender, and transition player. By this point in the season, he was forcing defenses to respect him as a real scorer, and this game made that impossible to ignore. The supporting cast helped, but Butler was clearly the night's main figure. Pau Gasol gave Chicago 20 points and 7 rebounds, and Aaron Brooks scored 18 off the bench, giving the Bulls enough secondary offense to survive. But the headline belonged to Butler because he did everything. The 7 assists showed that he was not forcing the game only toward himself. The 4 steals and 1 block showed that the defensive motor was still there. And the 45 minutes showed how much trust Thibodeau had in him during a game that stayed uncomfortable late. That workload also says a lot about where Butler was in December 2014. He was becoming one of the league's most improved players in real time, and performances like this were changing his reputation from hard-working role player to legitimate two-way star. The Bulls had entered the season expecting their ceiling to depend on Rose, Gasol, Joakim Noah and their defense. But by mid-December, Butler had made himself impossible to treat as a fourth option. He was taking over games, and this was the loudest example yet. For Butler, the win over the Knicks was more than a career-high scoring night. It was a statement about responsibility. He carried a short-handed team, gave Chicago elite production on both ends, and helped the Bulls improve to 16-9 without letting a dangerous trap game slip away. The opponent was struggling, but the situation still demanded a closer, and Butler looked comfortable in that role. On December 18, 2014, he did not look like a player filling in for missing stars. He looked like one of the stars.